What's going on, people? This video, we're going to talk about the Big 12 expansion and what that means for Colorado and other teams in the Pac-12. Guys, it's a lot of rumbling going on, and Colorado is dead center in some of these discussions about possible teams that will be bolting from the Pac-12. Folks, it's no secret. Media negotiation deals have stalled for the Pac-12. So that brings up a concern and puts some of these teams in a precarious situation. And this is not anything new. Realignment of conferences has, been going on for years. And here's a fun fact for you guys. In 1984, the Supreme Court ruled that the NCAA could not penalize teams for negotiating their own media rights. If you go back and you trace this ruling, you will begin to see how teams began to negotiate their media rights. And this led to a lot of teams leaving different conferences and, other conferences forming. So with teams like UCLA and USC leaving the Pac, makes it that much harder for the Pac-12. And it has to be part of the reason for their media rights stalling, as well as, questions about the stability of the Pac going forward. This is a prime opportunity for conferences like the Big 12, who are expanding at this particular time, to come in and swoop in and pick up some of these teams who are right now thinking, really giving it a serious thought as to whether or not the Pac is going to be the best place for them in the upcoming seasons. So when the chancellors and the presidents and the directors have their meetings and really get into the serious discussions about whether or not they'll be leaving the Pac-12, there are some pros to leaving and going to the Big 12. And I'll go over a couple of them right now. Okay, for one, there is some history with the Big 12 in Colorado. Actually, Colorado was a charter member of the Big 12, meaning that they were one of the first teams in the original Big 12 when it was formed. The Big 12 was originally formed in 1994, and at that time, Colorado was part of the Big 8. In fact, they won the national championship in 1990 as part of the Big 8. Essentially, the Big 12 was formed by the combining of the Big 8 with a few Texas colleges as well. So when you say that Colorado has history with the Big 12, they're talking about the fact that Colorado was actually a charter member of the Big 12. So with that history, a lot of diehard and old school Colorado fans know that there are some rivalries that come along with that history. So, on top of the history, you have the rivalries, the old rivalries that go back and date back to the 80s and early 90s. And when they were in the Big 8 as well as in the Big 12. So, that's another reason that it would make sense if they did decide to go to the Big 12. Geographically, the conference is headquartered in Texas, and of course you got the Texas teams there, the Oklahoma teams, and and so geographically you're talking about a conference that is also a good choice for Colorado as well. And conversely, the Big 12 conference is not scrambling trying to find a media rights deal. They have a $2.3 billion media rights deal with ESPN and Fox Sports. So it's a big difference of what's going on in the Big 12 as opposed to the Pac-12. Bottom line, folks, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait and see what the Pac-12 is able to do, if they're able to wrangle in some of these teams that they're trying to wrangle in to replace the teams that are leaving, like Fresno State and some of the other California teams over there they're trying to bring in to replace USC and UCLA. But, and if they can, get a deal, a media rights deal, but The way it's looking right now, it's not looking good for them. And, you know, if history is an indicator, and 2011, when Colorado left the Big 12 to join the Pac-12, it was some shaky times over there. Teams were leaving, and, you know, it was not looking good for the Big 12 at that time. So, you know, here we go again. History is repeating itself. The Pac-12 is not looking good. Teams are leaving. So, hey, we'll just have to see what Colorado does. But at any rate, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and thanks for subscribing. See you next time. Peace.